Hi, it's Carrie. If you know me at all, you know that I love to talk about systematic review search methods. And you may ask me, Carrie, what makes you the expert in systematic review search methods? Well, I'm not an expert in systematic review search methods, but I do know that there's a best practice reporting guideline for systematic review search methods, and it's called the PRISMA-Search. I'm going to make this a quickie. I just want you to know that it's out there. So the PRISMA statement is the preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analyses. It's been around since 2009. It was updated in 2020, and it can be found at prisma-statement.org. Under extensions, there's a bunch of extensions. One for abstracts, one for protocols, one for scoping reviews, and one for searching. This is called the PRISMA-S, PRISMA for searching. There's a statement paper here, and there's a checklist, and there's also a checklist in Japanese. So let's go to the checklist. It's hosted on OSF. You can see the contributors down here. I do want to give them credit. I'm not going to read all their names, but I'll put a link in the video description. Let's make this full screen. So it's really important when you are reporting your systematic review search methods, or really any search methods in my humble opinion, that you follow these guidelines. I hope to have more in-depth videos on these later on. But under information sources and methods, you need to name the database and the platform. State if you did any multi-database searching. So for example, if you searched CINAHL and PsycInfo through EBSCO at the same time simultaneously, you would be expected to report it that way. Report if you did any study registries like clinicaltrials.gov or the WHO, ICTRP, or any other registries you may have searched. Any other online resources and browsing that you did to discover articles or records that you may have included in your synthesis. Any citation searching, whether you contacted authors for additional data, and any other method you used for searching. The next part is search strategies. This asks that you include the search strategies for each database, not just one, not just some keywords, and not just in the narrative methods, but the search strategies for each database and information source, copied and pasted exactly as run. This is usually in the appendix or supplemental file. Specify any limits and restrictions, so you should specify that no limits were used, or describe any limits or restrictions applied to the search. For example, there should be a justification if you were to limit by date, time, study type, language, any of that, because otherwise there's bias and we can't trust that you have found all the available evidence on your topic if you were just looking to review fewer articles, right? You have to cite any search filters that you may have used. So if you used a published search filter, you need to cite it and say if you used it originally as designed or if you modified or adapted it. If this search or the searches are based on any prior work, so maybe you're updating a previous systematic review that either is or is not yours, you can provide the dates of the updates, typically run at 6-month intervals, and the dates of the searches. For each search strategy, provide the date when the last search occurred. Peer review is the third section, and you are expected to note if your search was peer reviewed by another information specialist, librarian, searcher, or not. Finally, managing records. You are expected to document the total number of records identified from each database and other information source, and describe the process and any software used to deduplicate records from multiple database searches and other information sources. Remember, you are expected to search more than one database, so that's why this is all important. Okay, items 1 through 16 in a nutshell. Look for more videos on these topics on my channel in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.